You have 48 hours to get out. My father's words hung in the air like a death sentence, not because I'd done something terrible, not because I'd betrayed them, but because at 24 I was still breathing their air, eating at their table, existing in their space. This is the story of how my family threw me away like trash and how that rejection became the greatest gift of my life. The group chat message was simple: family dinner tonight, 6 p.m., no excuses. I should have sensed it then. My mother never demanded attendance, but I showed up anyway because that's what good daughters do, right? We show up, we try, we hope. The moment I walked through that door, I felt it, that suffocating tension that wraps around your throat. My dad's eyes glued to his phone. My mom's smile, plastic, rehearsed, hollow. My sister already seated, wearing that smirk, the one that said she knew exactly what was coming. We ate in brutal silence, forks scraping plates, ice clinking in glasses, the sound of a family that had already made up its mind. Then my father cleared his throat. "We need to talk." My stomach dropped. My mother folded her napkin with surgical precision, like she'd rehearsed this moment in the mirror. "We've been patient, but this living situation isn't working anymore." I blinked. "What do you mean?" My sister finally looked up from her phone. "You're still here," she said flatly. "It's embarrassing." I stared at her. "I pay rent, I buy my own food, I stay out of everyone's way." "You have 2 days," my father interrupted, his voice cold as winter. "Get your stuff and leave." I actually laughed. Surely this was some twisted joke. My mother sighed, like I was the problem. "You're too old to still be here. You don't fit into this family dynamic anymore." Don't fit in? Those 2 words detonated inside my chest. "Don't fit in?" I repeated, my voice barely a whisper. My sister shrugged. "Mom and Dad are right. You're always struggling, always behind. It's just awkward." Behind, struggling, awkward. I thought of the sleepless nights working 3 freelance jobs, the weekends I sacrificed so I could save money, the times I swallowed my pride while they praised my sister for doing half the effort. I stood up slowly, legs shaking. "So this is it." My dad nodded. "We've decided." I looked around that table, at the people who were supposed to be my safety net, my blood, my family. Not one person looked uncomfortable, not one person objected, not one person asked if I'd be okay. I grabbed my jacket. "Make sure you're gone by Friday," my mom added. "We don't want this dragged out." I didn't answer, because what could I possibly say to people who'd already erased me? That night, I packed in silence, not because I was broken, but because something inside me went cold, clear, determined. As I folded my clothes, I realized something that was both terrifying and liberating. They didn't see me as their child anymore. I was a burden they were removing. But here's what they didn't know, what they couldn't possibly imagine. In my laptop bag, hidden beneath old college notebooks, was a folder. Inside that folder were 6 months of secret interviews, phone calls, negotiations, a job offer I'd been too afraid to accept because I thought I needed to stay close to family, a job offer that would change everything. When I left 2 days later, suitcase in hand, I didn't cry. I smiled, because tucked in my pocket was a signed contract for a position at a tech company in another city, senior role, 6-figure salary, full benefits, everything I'd worked for in secret while they slept soundly, convinced I was going nowhere. I kept it quiet because I was scared of leaving, scared of failing, scared of proving them right. But the moment they kicked me out, that fear evaporated. They'd made my hardest decision for me. I didn't go far that first night. I sat in my car for an hour staring at that contract, and I made a promise to myself. I would never explain myself to people who'd already decided who I was. 3 weeks later, my phone buzzed. "Mom, did you move all your stuff out?" No hello, no "are you okay?" Just logistics. "Yes." "Good, your sister's turning your room into an office." Of course she was. Then her voice softened. Listen, if you're struggling, you can always apologize and come back, but things would have to be different. Different meant smaller, quieter, grateful. Thanks for letting me know, I said, and hung up. That same afternoon, I flew across the country for my new job orientation. 6 months passed like a dream I didn't want to wake up from. I moved into a beautiful apartment with floor-to-ceiling windows. I made friends who actually asked how I was doing. I traveled. I thrived. I became someone I didn't recognize, confident, successful, free. Then came the company gala, black tie event, industry leaders, press coverage. When my name was called, when I stood up to accept an award for leading my team's most successful project of the year, I looked out at a room of people applauding me, not out of obligation, not with judgment, but with genuine respect. For the first time in my life, I felt seen. I posted one photo that night, just me in my evening gown holding that award, genuinely smiling. Within minutes, my phone exploded. Mom, dad, sister, texts, calls, voicemails. Where are you working? Why didn't you tell us? We had no idea you were doing this, Mel. We should talk. We miss you. I let every single call go to voicemail. The next morning, I woke up to 17 messages. My mother's stood out. Please call us. Your father wants to apologize. We made a mistake. Family is forever. We want you back. I stared at those words for a long time. Then I did something that felt both cruel and necessary. I sent one response. I needed a family when I was there. You only needed me after I left. And then I blocked every number. 2 months later, a letter arrived at my office, my sister's handwriting. Inside was a single page. Mom and Dad are getting divorced. The family is falling apart. Dad moved out. Mom cries every day. She keeps saying she drove away the only one who had it together. Please come home. We need you. I read it twice. Then I filed it away in a drawer and went back to work. Because here's what I learned. Some people don't miss you. They miss what you provided, the stability, the target for their frustration, the person they could feel superior to. And the most powerful thing you can do isn't prove them wrong, it's build a life so beautiful that their opinion becomes irrelevant. Last week, I ran into that old neighbor from my parents' street. They talk about you constantly, she said, gently. They regret everything. They're broken without you. I smiled, not bitter, not angry, just complete. I'm not broken without them, I said, and that's all that matters. Because the truth is this, I didn't need 2 days to get my stuff out. I needed one moment to realize I deserved better. One moment to understand that sometimes the family you need isn't the one you were born into. Sometimes it's the one you build yourself. And I never looked back. They wanted me gone in 48 hours. I gave them forever. And I've never been happier.